We've all heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This is very, very true. At least 80% of all new business startups in America fail due to one of two reasons. One, being undercapitalized, and two, lacking a detailed business plan. Once you have the detailed plan of action, get started. Accept that your plan probably has some flaws in it. It will not be perfect the first time around. Don't worry about it. Avoid the tendency of giving into perfectionitis. One of the chief hallmarks of the successful man or woman is that they have learned to accept feedback and make course corrections along the way. People who want to lose weight, save money, quit smoking, or whatever it may be, don't get started because they say they don't know how to do it. You don't have to know how you're going to get there, but you need to know where you want to go. You just need to know what you want. You need a crystal clear picture of what you want to have, be, or do. Operate off of a picture of the outcome that you seek. Visualize your arrival. When you do that, everything you need to get there just seems to come to you. You probably have all the experience and the resources available to you. The only thing missing is for you to get started. And let's not worry about everything that's involved in getting from where you are to where you want to go. Forget about it. Just get started. Once you get started, you'll be amazed how fast you'll move ahead and how simple and graceful the solutions are. For now, all you need is an aiming point and action. Oh, one other thing you'll need. Learn from your mistakes along the way and keep moving. Every step you take in this process will build your self-esteem and make you want to scream, I know I can do this. I just know I can do this. I'm Mack Newton. Welcome to the Power Hour.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Power Hour with Mack Newton on Cox 9. My name's John Cannon, and I am along for the ride here as we move almost through February. Can you believe that, Mack, Dad?
It's fantastic, isn't it? Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. Now, you talked about getting started. Well, the thing people need to start right now is their VCRs, and we've talked about that. I know.
I think they think you're joking, JC. That's what I think.
They may at the beginning of the show, but by the end of it, they're saying, you know, that guy was right.
People always say to me, Mack, that was a fantastic segment that you did last week. Well, I missed 2 of them. Could you send me a tape on that? No. We're not going to send you a tape, so start the VCRs now, and you won't regret it later on, because we're going to move so fast you probably won't be able to take notes, but the VCR will give you the ability to go back and replay. Right. On our last show, we talked about the Dirty Dozen, the self-esteem busters, and we have 10 steps to correct that and those actions. If you were able to resonate a little bit with a few of the things on the list of the Dirty Dozen, we'll be able to help get you straight on that. And you're going to meet a few people today that you're really going to enjoy, and they're going to help what Mack teaches come home to you. Mack, I wanted to comment. Sure. I just start right off by interrupting you. How about that? That's okay. I've been interrupting you, interrupting me for several shows now. Okay.
Getting started. You talk about getting started, and I know when I write, that is the hardest thing for me is that blank sheet of paper or a blank computer screen or whatever. That once I actually, even if it's a terrible sentence, if I get it down there, then things start to flow and things start to happen.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason for that, and it's simple. If you might remember last week, we had some words written over on the side of the blackboard. We're going to talk about those some more this week as well. One of those words was attraction. Those are universal laws. There's a law of attraction which says you attract into your life the people, circumstances, the actual events that harmonize with your dominant thoughts. So in other words, once you start, you are thinking about whatever it is you're trying to do. And that thought process actually attracts people to you that allow you to complete what you're trying to get. And that's what makes this statement, get started, so important. As a matter of fact, there's a book called by Fred Allen Wolf, and it's called Taking the Quantum Leap. And from that book, I actually developed the process that I use for training professional athletes and moving them forward fast when it comes to moving from where they are to where they want to go and skipping several steps. The process is simple. Number one, get an aiming point of where you want to go. We talked about that in the monologue. Number two, get started. Don't worry about crossing all the T's or dotting all the I's. Everything you need will come to you once you get started. And number three is learn from your mistakes. People have to understand that the quantum leap doesn't necessarily take you to the quantum solution, but usually to the next point where you need to learn.
Aim, start, pay attention.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So get starting, though, is number one.
Well, the show is starting, folks, so if you have not started your VCRs yet, you can now. And when we come back, we're going to visit a little bit more, get caught up on things. So stay with us on the Mack Newton Power Hour on Cox 9. Welcome back to the Power Hour with Mack Newton. I'm John Cannon on Cox 9. And Mac, Dad?
Yes.
You wanted to ask me some questions.
Well, actually, JC, I want to go back to yesterday or last week, actually, when we kind of catching up on what you've been about. And I asked you the question, how's your weight? I asked you last week, what's been the status since last week?
I'm 214.
You're 214.
Right. I was at 217 last week.
Okay. See, what's happening, gang, is that JC is taking charge of his life, basically. He's decided that he didn't like the way he looked, and he's doing something about it. And this is a Power Hour. What better way to take charge on a Power Hour?
Yeah, how am I going to sit next to this guy an hour a week and not put into practice some of the things, at least, that he's talking about? You
know, but there are a lot of viewers, and I see him around. I see him at the Suns game. I see him when I'm out shopping, who are asking me, what is JC up to? Now, I know that when you left the Deuce, you were kind of searching around a little bit. Why don't you bring us up on what you've been doing since the viewers heard you and I together on KDUS?
Okay. Well, I left KDUS in March of last year, '99, and did a little play-by-play just for my own work on tape during spring training games, and finished out the Sun season, and then
finished out the Sun season doing what? What were you doing?
Hosting the pregame, halftime, and postgame shows, which I had done for last year was my 6th year, and last year
doing that. Were you doing play-by-play there?
I was not doing play-by-play.
Okay.
I was the studio host.
Okay.
And had been at some point the sideline guy, but had never been the play-by-play guy, and had always wanted to be the play-by-play guy.
How long have you been wanting to be a play-by-play guy?
Since I was 6. Since they gave me my first pair of glasses, and I looked on all my baseball cards, and none of those guys had glasses. I'm like, how am I going to get into the game? I'm not going to be able to be a player now, so I got to find another way. And I've wanted to be a broadcaster ever since.
Okay.
So
this was your dream?
Right.
To be a play-by-play guy?
Right. And I was sitting in Phoenix, and then I was informed that I would not be back with the Suns broadcast this next year, which was terrible to go through. I mean, it was, I can't think of a more ego firing than that. It's like, we don't like either your face or what you say or the job. There's something about, but it's just, they tell you, it's not you, John. We're just making a change.
Well, JC,
it's not me.
Well,
I mean,
JC,
what else could it be?
may not have been you. I mean, when we left the Deuce, it wasn't about us. So it may not really have been about you, but we have a tendency to take things personally.
Yes, and I did.
Nonetheless, you had to leave there. What do you equate that to? Like someone getting laid off? Someone, what's the feeling?
I don't know, because it was just so many levels. It was a financial hit. It was an ego hit. It was a career hit. All of a sudden, but I have learned a lot through my work with you and other places that I've been paying attention. And everyone has always said that when a door closes, another one opens. And I knew that what I needed to do, as hard as it was get my head up and look, and not get into, I've lost my job, but to say, okay, what's out there? What's next? There's got to be something. And I got an opportunity, a total fluke, a place I was just working during...
okay, let me step on you just for a second, JC, and say, I remember when that happened, and I remember saying to John, I'm really glad this has happened. I don't know if you remember that day.
Oh, I do. I thought you were nuts.
I knew you did because of the way you looked at me. I said, I'm really glad this has happened because this is now an opportunity for you to finally get a chance to pursue what has been your dream. And you looked at me and said, where am I going to pursue my dream? I said, I'm not sure, JC. I'm not sure where it's going to come from. But all these things happen for a reason. I think it's important for you now to take it, to open yourself up mentally to the possibilities. Now, tell me about that fluke happening. That just happened.
It was, and there's not enough time to tell you how weird this was, but somebody basically put a piece of paper in front of me and said, there's a sports team, a new basketball team in San Diego. They need a play-by-play announcer. Now, had I still been doing Suns games, I never would have, I would have crumpled it up, thank you very much, thrown it away. And I called. And they returned my call, which is rare enough in this business. I mean, the people calling you back the first time almost never happens. And I talked to them, and I looked at their schedule on the internet, and I thought, you know, I can do these games and not move. Because to pick up and leave Phoenix and leave all the things that I've built here, and my wife has a career here as well, and go to a brand new startup minor league basketball operation in San Diego.
Tell me about the feeling, though, of now having a chance of doing play-by-play. How'd you feel about that?
Well, it felt great, and to have it fit and work and be able to go into them and say, look, and I was honest with them. I said, I've never done play-by-play. I've done everything else. I've done talk shows, I've done studio stuff, I've done sidelines. I've never been the guy who describes the game. Now, I know that I can, and I whipped out the tapes of those spring training games that I did, and I had them listen to some of that. And I said, I know I can do it. And I also went there.
Wait, you said what?
I said, I know I can do it.
Tell me one more time what you said.
I know I can do it.
You said, I know I can do it. Unfortunately, that's exactly the opposite of what most people do when they're confronted with a challenge, even something they've wanted for a long time, something they've dreamed about. They'll think, this is different. I know I can't do it. But you really didn't have any choice because you weren't doing anything else. So that's why I said it was so good. This this
cleared the decks for me.
Exactly.
Right.
And now you have an opportunity to actually pursue your dreams. But you're not the only one. We all get those chances. It's just that you took advantage of yours. And that's why I was so happy about it, because I think being exposed to the PowerHour and being there with me gave you more permission to move ahead. You had permission now to take chances.
I had more than permission. I had a responsibility.
Yes.
You know, you and I have talked about that, and you've talked about it on the show several times, that we all have a responsibility to follow our dreams, to use our gifts, and I felt if I don't take this opportunity, then I'm cheating everybody. So I'm out in San Diego when the team is home. I'm on the road with them when they're on the road. I'm here in Phoenix when they're off, and fortunately can come in and do this show, which keeps me going mentally and a lot of other ways as well. And I don't get a lot of sleep, but I feel great.
Well, I tell you what, gang, what we're talking about right now is a living example of what the PowerHour truly is. And JC, I couldn't be more proud of you, and just being here on the show, our history on the Deuce, and keep on keeping on.
I will keep on keeping on, and this will always be a part of whatever I'm doing.
We're going to come back with those 10 steps to permanent change.
That's right.
Right after this.
Welcome back to the PowerHour, and there you see our PowerHour email address, power.hour@cox.com, and they are flooding in.
That address, they are, John. We have lots and lots of emails. Please keep these emails coming. We haven't addressed all of them, but we answer them as many as we can. Keep them coming. They actually dictate the program. What you tell us is what we're going to respond to. So don't hesitate to let us know your comments, your opinions, and certainly what you would like to hear more or less of.
Okay. Now, what they heard a lot of last week was the Dirty Dozen.
They did, and we heard about that, too.
The self-esteem test. And so we want to run through those in case some fluke, Mac, they might have missed the show last week. Well, I mean, hard to imagine at this point that anyone could do that, but it might have happened.
Well, they can always check back to the VCR tape that they had done. Number 1, jealousy. Number 2, negative talk. Number 3, the ability to give compliments, and as a result, an inability to accept compliments. Number 5, not taking your own needs into account. Put a star by that one, gang. Not asking for what you want, and put a double star by that one, please, okay? Number 6, number 7, an unwillingness to give affection. Number 8, an inability to receive affection. Number 9, criticism of ourselves, and as a result, a criticism of others, and always comparing ourselves with others. Number 11, experiencing guilt. And number 12, constant poor health. What we're talking about here are things that indicate that you have a poor self-image, or you have low self-esteem, or no self-esteem at all. And you know what? People who are the most accomplished sometimes need to work on their self-esteem the most. People think, well, I'm doing pretty well.
Right.
Well, you know what? The better you're doing, the more feedback you need, the more you have to get yourself pumped up. The CEOs of companies and high-performing individuals, they need to hear about it. They need to read about themselves. They need to talk about it and see how well they're doing. It makes them feel great. We all need to have our self-esteem pumped up. We need to feel good about ourselves. And this feeds our self-image. It all works in together. So if you see any of these things as part of your behavior, then to the degree, to the number that you see, we need to work on that, all right? And that's where the 10 steps of permanent change comes in.
And the danger is with people who seem like they have it all together and everyone just assumes that they have lots of confidence and lots of self-esteem. Some of those people wind up committing suicide or doing something crazy that
totally
brings that
totally out of the blue.
Right.
And the person would say, I would never think that I would see that person do something like that. Point is that what you're seeing is this person has been living a life of quiet desperation. This person has been, in their eyes, living a lie. They see themselves as I can't repeat that again. It was a fluke. It really wasn't me. And they're living lives of tremendous pressure. You see, success is easy. It shouldn't be that hard. So, again, we're talking about the 10 steps to permanent change, and all these changes have to come from inside of you. Remember, gang, don't try to polish the mirror until you get the image that you want. Let's work on ourselves internally until we project the image that represents what we want. Okay, change is hard, though. It's very, very hard. The feeling of the average adult, as we know, is to somehow stay the same, but get better.
Right.
Now,
without taking a risk.
Okay, exactly.
Right.
Number one on our hit parade, give compliments. This sets so many things into flow, JC, that I can't even tell you. The ability for me to set aside myself and to see beyond just me and say, boy, I really like the way you handle that situation in the office today. Or you walk into someone's house and you look and you see a nice vase or a beautiful painting and you say, boy, that's really nice. That's beautiful. It's telling them that you approve of them, that you admire them or something that they possess. You're giving a compliment. And it makes everybody feel good. I learned that from Mary Kay, who said, pretend that everybody you meet has a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. And the way the world works is you can't make someone else feel important without making yourself feel important to exactly the same degree.
And sometimes we're around somebody who's good at that, and we walk away liking them, and we don't even know why.
Don't know why.
It's like,
you know why?
I want to hang with that guy again, but I have no idea why.
That's exactly right, JC, because they made you feel good.
Yeah.
It made you feel about them, and you felt good about them, about yourself as well. Okay, number two, accept compliments. And I learned how to do that, from Mary Jo West, who taught me how to simply say, thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. Being able to accept compliments. It's just I can't tell you how important it is, because if you just slough it off, oh, this whole thing, I found it in the alley, or no, that's not really me, or I'm not really that good, you're telling the other person that their opinion doesn't matter, that they're wrong. And no one likes to be told that they're wrong, especially when they're trying to say something about you that they admire or appreciate or approve of.
And they'll stop after a while.
Oh, not only will they stop, they'll be resentful of your behavior and lower their opinion of you as a result, and you will feel that, thus leading to even a lower self-esteem. So always accept compliments, okay? Number three, always speak in positive terms about yourself and never criticize yourself for anything. Never. I say, when you're criticizing yourself, as we were talking about in the Dirty Dozen, I have this little saying, in spite of the crazy, dumb thing I just did, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm a good person in a good place. But the next time I'm in this situation, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to give myself specific instructions for how I'll do it differently the next time. Right. Don't criticize yourself. Say, in spite of what I just did, I'm okay. So you're forgiving yourself early in the process, but telling yourself exactly how you're going to change the next time, all right? Okay, and number four, praise yourself every chance you get. This is absolutely important. You have to hear the sound of your voice, JC, saying to yourself, I did a good job. That way you also believe that next time when you say, I can do it.
Now, we're up against it here, but I want to ask you more about that, because there's...
Don't forget.
I won't.
All right.
When we come back, we're going to delve into that one a little more, and there's 6 more on this list of 10 things you can do. So stay with us on the Power Hour. Welcome back to the Mack Newton Power Hour on Cox 9. And when we left you, we were talking about praising yourself. And Mack, my wife, Grace Marie, works so hard. Right now she's taking 5 graduate classes in 1 semester. And she's been taught to just keep plugging, not to stop, to say to yourself, good job. She's worried that if she takes a moment to do that, that she'll lose her momentum, and that she'll get kind of soft, as it were. And she wants to just keep
Exactly.
plugging.
I understand the mentality. There's a certain confusion there, JC. It's kind of like the people who were brought up during the Depression era, and even the legacy they passed down to their children. Even though they can well afford it now, because they grew up in the Depression when times were hard, they think they couldn't afford it. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. So even though they can afford it, they won't buy the things that they really want. They won't buy the things that they need. They won't lavish a luxury on themselves from time to time. They think, well, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. It's the same thing now. Somehow she feels that if she takes time just to praise herself, say, I'm doing a great job, that she will break her momentum, or she might be unwilling or unable to go back and work in the same style. She will be able to. In fact, by praising yourself, you will feed your self-esteem, feel better about yourself, and in fact work harder and hit the wall less often. These people who hit the wall are running up against an emotional wall where you run out of self-love and you run out of the reason to do the things that you need to do.
Just at the end of the line.
That's exactly right.
Okay, let's move on. Number 5.
Moving on, number 5, separate your behavior from yourself. What that means is to understand that even though you did something stupid, in spite of it, you're still okay. Just because you ran into a car doesn't make you a bad person. You did a bad thing. The saying is, love the sinner, hate the sin. Okay, and I told you earlier about that, what to do. Say, in spite of what I just did, in spite of how stupid it was, I'm still a good person in a good place. I'm okay. I'm okay. The next time I'm in this situation, I'm going to do it differently, and I'll do it this way. Give yourself exact instructions. See, otherwise, all you're doing, JC, is punishing yourself. And punishment is what people who do to themselves, who don't like themselves very much at all. Punishment is a very popular way of treating ourselves and treating our children and our spouses and our friends. We figure if we punish them by taking our time away, remember I said we don't give affection? You know what we want to do? We want to punish someone. I'll make you feel bad. I'll take my affection away from you. I won't talk to you. I won't love you. I'll leave you sit alone for a while. That'll show you, and maybe you'll behave differently in the future. Well, you don't. You just simply stop behaving toward me at all. So what you have to do is separate that behavior from you. Number 6.
That's a whole show, folks. I mean, later on in this run, that is a whole show.
All right, number 6, gang. Number 6. We want to get through these so people understand them. Number 6, treat your body well. Not only by the weight, the things you put into it, and by the fact that you exercise on a regular basis, but that you admire it. You stand in the mirror with all your clothes off, and you be willing to accept it the way it is, look at it, and treat it well. So, you know, if there's parts you don't like, rather than ignoring it, or actually hitting yourself or feeling bad about it, learn to like your body and treat it well. Give yourself a massage every once in a while. You know what? Give yourself a pedicure once in a while, and you'll feel better about yourself. All right, treat your body well. Number 7. You got you, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right, tell people how you expect to be treated. Don't just expect people to read your mind. Spouses say to each other, well, if you really love me, you'd know what I want. If you really cared about me, you'd sort of take it for granted. Well, they can't. No one can read your mind. You have to tell people what you want. This is one of the great traits of Tony La Russa when I started working with him. He had this incredible ability to tell me and everyone else around him exactly what he wanted, and I like that. I like knowing exactly where I stand. I know exactly what he wants to get, and I'm going to give it to him.
A lot of people use mystery as power in that way. They don't really tell you exactly what they want, and that way they can be mad at you no matter what you do.
Oh, well, you see, these are people who are not really looking to be effective, especially in the long term. These are people who these are games, all right? And I'm not into those games. All right, let's move ahead into number 8. Hang around winning people. We all know, JC, that the number 1 force and power in our universe is the power of love. You know it, I know it. Every priest and pastor and reverend in the world knows that. This number 2 power is the power of the suggested influence, the people we're hanging around. So if you hang around with losers, you're going to become a loser whether you want to be or not. Hang around winning people, and we know who they are. You know who the winning people are, but sometimes we don't want to get into, we don't want to hang around them because we know we will become successful. Sometimes just that, hanging around with a negative reference group in itself can be the one thing that will keep you being successful. So hang around winning people, and And I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's a challenge. That's hanging around winning people will challenge you. And some people don't want that. Well, but if you're going to grow, that's what you have to do.
Not only that, you're right. They will challenge you, but also we're attached to negative people and negative situations. So we find reasons to stay hooked into them. So it's a challenge for us to break away from them. Number 9, learn to have pleasure without guilt. And that brings us to this list, but we're going to come back to this list, JC, because there's too many things. We want to take a break so I can be fair to all the listeners and go through these few steps of how to eliminate guilt, but we want you to learn how to have pleasure, to do things, lavish a luxury on yourself, and be able to do it without feeling guilty about it. How to earn more money than your parents without feel guilty about that, all right? And finally, number 10, in the 10 steps to permanent change, is to visualize in your mind who, what you want to be in advance. And visualize how you're going to look, the things you're going to do, the person you're going to be, and visualize it in advance. In other words, say, I weigh X number of pounds now, not I'm going to weigh. Right. Say, I am a non-smoker. Say, I earn X number of dollars, and visualize yourself, the person, earning, weighing, and being that person in advance in order for it to happen. These are permanent changes, and as soon as you start them, the remarkable thing is that it starts happening immediately. So, I know we got 30 seconds to go before break, so we're going to come back and talk about this. John, what's next?
Guilt throwers or guilt catchers. Stay tuned for that, and also we're going to go to Mack's studio and meet some people that are going to be part of the program. So stay with us on the Power Hour. Welcome back to the Power Hour. Mack Newton taking a little sip, and you better get ready because you're going to tell us how to eliminate guilt.
Well, this is going back to number 9 on our 10 steps for permanent change. How to eliminate guilt from your life and learning to have pleasure without feeling guilty. Number one, stop destructive criticism of yourself and other people. Destructive criticism is, you're no good, I'm no good. Next time I'm in this situation, I'll do it differently. Number 2, refuse to be manipulated by guilt. Gang, let me tell you, if you're in a situation like where someone's trying to make you feel guilty, just ask them. You're not trying to make me feel guilty, are you? This may happen 2 or 3 times. Finally, they'll say, yes, I am. And you say, well, it won't work. You're raising their level of awareness. They have to change their way of communicating with you. Number 3, refuse to use guilt or blame on anyone. That speaks for itself. And number 4 is forgive. Boy, I should have written that in bigger type. Forgive, forgive, forgive your parents, everyone else, and yourself. And that is a show. That's a big show. Right. And when we do that show, gang, make sure you've got the entire family sitting there ready, because this one is going to be powerful, and we'll let you know in advance.
Now, the theme of this show has been getting started. That's what Mack talked about in the monologue. We talked about it a little bit in our chat section. And, Mack, there's really an analogy to that in the computer industry.
There sure is, because computer scientists and computer programmers, when they design new software, they know it's going to have bugs in it right from the start. But what they do is they still market it anyway, knowing they're going to make corrections on the fly. And if we can adopt that attitude toward our lives, it'll allow us to start more, knowing it's not going to be perfect from the start.
Right. And if they waited until it was perfect,
they wouldn't start.
They'd never get it out.
They'd never get it started.
Okay. Speaking of getting started, there are a couple of people at Mack's studio who are getting started with the workout program and also with the 3-2. And those 2 folks, and also myself, will be going through the program along with you at home. So let's take time out right now, head over to Mack's studio, and meet a couple of new people.
I found out about Mack actually through friends. I had a couple friends who attended Mack's class years prior, so I knew Mack through there. But Mack also does the Power Hour at my radio station here in Phoenix, and he came in and he does the Power Hour, and he comes in smiling and just always upbeat, so I just decided to take his class.
Well, I actually met Mack on a stage. Mack's quite a music lover, and I play guitar. He's fascinated with the guitar, so we clicked that way, but I've known about him for years. I live near the studio where he works his shop, so I've been driving by the studio for years, and it just was an interesting connection.
It's time for a weigh-in. Let's go first. Jennifer, you're on. All right, hang on a second now. Let's step in front of it. Just take your time. Take a deep breath. Exhale. All right, you're okay? Let's go.
Yeah. Do I need to meditate for a minute?
Get a meditation. Step up on the scale. Step up there. Look straight ahead. Let your arms hang to your side. The official weigh on our get started day is 176 pounds. Step off, please. 176 pounds. Okay, next, Donald, you're on next. To the world, Jennifer, home weighs 176 pounds. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 176 pounds. Okay, Donald, step up on the scale. Look, move back a little bit, baby. Broke the stand, look straight ahead. It's 250 pounds. 250 pounds. 250 pounds. 250 pounds, okay? This only tells you how much you weigh. So I don't want you getting on the scale except when you weigh in with me. Very, very important. Don't get on the scale at home. Otherwise, your attitudes will be going up and down. If you lose weight, you'll feel good. If you gain weight, you'll feel bad. You're going to have lots of times during the week where your weight will fluctuate. Don't worry about it. Let me take charge of it, all right? Now, the most important element that we're talking about is body fat content. And after that comes cardiovascular fitness. Those are the three elements that we're concerned about. This is only one, how much you weigh. Now, this device uses electrical impulses to measure body fat. Okay, good. Step up on there. Step up on this. There you go. And let your arms hang at your side. Look straight ahead. Just breathe deeply. Meditate. The machine is working. There we go. Just relax. Breathe in and out. Okay. It's got a figure. Okay. And that is 40.8%. Step off. You're ready. Step up there. And look straight ahead. Let your arms hang down at your side. Don't forget to breathe. Just think nice thoughts of being on stage, band, outside maybe. Okay. Okay, one dip, there we go. And now we're ready for the two bings, which will tell us that you're all set to go. There it is, 39.3%, the official weigh-in. Well, there you have it, gang. We got 39% body fat for Thano and 40% for Jennifer. And the body fat is one of the big three, with weight, body fat analysis, and of course, cardiovascular development. So only get on your scale once a week. Now, what do we do to get rid of all this stuff? Well, we've talked about walking on the canal and walking on the golf courses, and now we're going to use Jennifer and Thano to remind you about the mini Mack workouts. And when we come back from this break, I want you to use the time, get your furniture out of the way, get into your t-shirts and shorts and your sweat socks. Let's get busy. See you in a bit. Are you ready to get busy? Welcome back. And we are going to get busy with Thano and Jennifer. We're back with the mini Mack workout. The mini Mack workout is basically your 50 mountain climbers and your 30 crunches and 20 push-ups, and we'll do 5 sets of those. So hopefully you got your nice, comfortable clothes on. We're going to get ready to work. Down, let's rock and roll. Mountain climbing, one of the best exercises on the planet. Ready? Give me 50 of these. Let's go, gang. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it longer. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make it longer. Come on, baby. Come on now. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 20 more. Make it longer. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 more. Lower down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest down. Lay back on your back. Okay, make sure you're breathing. Breathe deep. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Don't hold your breath, okay? We want to make sure this is aerobic. Back on your back. Good. Hands behind your head. Elbows wide. Heads up. Head up. Good. You want to make sure you're looking right between your knees. Beautiful work. Don't worry about bobbing your head up and down. Worry about rolling your shoulders about 3 inches. Forward. Begin. 1, 2, 3. Concentrate on the shoulders. 4. A little bit too low, Donald. I love that. 5, 6. Exhale every time you come up. Breathe. 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 Don't hold your breath. That's 10. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through your mouth. 4. Crunch it up. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on now. 9. 10 more. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4. Use your shoulders. Concentrate on the shoulders. 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up. Hold it up, gang. Hold it up. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Now raise your shoulders a little bit higher. Bring them up. Hold it right there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Tighter. Tighter. Breathing, relax. Turn around, hands and knees. Woo! Hands down, fingers pointing straight ahead, body straight. Notice, gang, shoulders, hips, knees, one straight line. This is the push-up. You're gonna look right at the floor so that your spine is in alignment. Don't look up like this when you're doing them. Causes tightness here. Ready? Exhale, take your nose within 1 inch. Exhale, coming up. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. 6, 7. Come on now. 8, 9. That one down. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold it up. Hold it up. Straighten your arms out. Hold it. Slowly lower your body halfway. Hold it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push up. Very good. Now sit back and take a break. You know what I want to do? I want to give you about 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds in between each set. This was 1 set. We'll do 5 sets to make a true mini-Mac workout. All right, 1 set done. And we're just going to do 3 just to get you guys rolled into this. Second set, mountain climbers. Hands down. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I know that I can just redo the way I do things and feel great all the time. And that's kind of the light at my end of my tunnel.
That's 30. Make them longer, Donald. Come on, bring those legs up high. Okay, we got 10 more of these. 10 more. Are you ready, Jennifer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rest down. Lay back on your back. As I said before, the mini-Mac is in full effect. We are rolling right now. Can you feel the sweat starting to come? Your body feeling hot? Make sure you're breathing. In through the nose, out through your mouth. The rule of thumb is this. Always exhale on the exertion. On the push-up, exhale when you're pushing up. On the sit-ups, make sure you're exhale as you're rolling your shoulders forward. And on the mountain climbers, breathe as often as you can. You need everything you can get there. Okay, ready? Head is behind the head. Shoulders up again. Very, very nice. On this one, we're going to change things just a teeny bit. I want you to take your right leg out this way. Hold it right there. We just make one little change. We'll do 15 on one leg and 15 on the other. Just keep the leg there and roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. 1. Roll it up. 2. Come on now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up. Hold it up. You know what? You do something like this. You mix all this in with a little 3-2, a little walking, you know, lots of water. Voila! You'll be trimming something. Have one of these working for you. Ready? Change the leg. Keep your shoulders up. Get ready. Hold it right there. Whoa, man. Man, right there. We got 15 more. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go on now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll it up. 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up. Tighten that stomach. Tighten right there. Higher. Rest it down. Woo, turn around, push-up position. We're feeling good now, gang. We're going to change your push-ups from being this way to turning your fingers to the outside to work more your pecs and your triceps. The mini-Mac is versatile. Did I tell you that? Ready? Fingers, hands down, out to the side. Open hands wide. Still on your hands and knees. So anybody can do this. Don't be telling me that you're maybe 80 pounds overweight or 100. You can still do this. If you're 60, you can still do this. Get ready. Look at the floor. Go. 1, 2, that butt down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. You can do it. Come on. 1, 2, 3, that butt down, Donald. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up. Take it down halfway and hold it. Halfway, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push up. Good. Okay, we got 2 down. 2 down. We're going to do 1 more. We're going to have a mini-Mac just for today. But for you guys, when you do your regular mini-Mac, 5 sets. Complete workout. Takes care of the whole body. Are you ready, gang? Yeah. Okay, ready? Hands down. We got your last set. Mountain climbers. And begin. 1, 2. And you know what? I love mountain climbers. Mountain climbers will change your life. They will change your life.
My attitude has really changed because I don't feel as bogged down as I did before. I just feel like the old me who could go out and run 8 miles.
Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rest down. Lay back on your back. And there is no truth to the rumor that I can't count. I can't. Lay back on your back. Watch out. Okay. All right. Hands behind the head. Okay. Ready? Shoulders up. Shoulders up. I can count. A little higher. We've got 30. Ready? Roll. 1, 2. Remember, gang, focus on your shoulders, not your neck. If your neck is getting tired, that means you're just bobbing your head up and down. Tuck your chin down in your chest, just like Jennifer is, and keep it focused, and just roll your shoulders now. Just let it roll. That's 20. 10 more. 1, 2, 3. Exhale now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up. And you know what? Turning points music is the best to work out to with the Mini Mac, by far. Hold it high, hold it high, hold it high. Hold it there, hold it there. Rest down. Okay, turn around, push-up position. Okay, now we're going to get really sophisticated. Now we turn your hands, turn this way, we turn them out, turn your hands in toward each other about 8 inches apart. Get ready, turn them in, hands and knees, and get ready. Take the knees back a little bit further, Thano, and begin. 1, 2, exhale coming up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, look at the floor, 8, 9, 10 more. Come on, gang, you're looking good. 1, 2, 3, I love it. 4, keep going. 5, get that butt down. 6, get it down. 7, 8, 9, hold it up. Take your weight forward. Now lower it down halfway, halfway. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push up. Take a break. There you have it. Listen, that's a Mini Mac. Alternate your workouts. One day you want to walk on the canal or your golf course or in your neighborhood. Next day, do a Mini Mac. Next day, walk. Then Mini Mac. Then walk. Take off Sunday. Work out 6 days a week. Follow that strict 3-2. Drink lots of water. Stay with us on the Power Hour, and you won't believe the changes in your body. How do you feel, man? That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to be back. Stay with us. Hey, gang, welcome back. And, hey, today we're talking about getting started on the Power Hour. And I'm here with someone who got started about 5.5 years ago. I want to introduce to you Miss Lael Valdez. And Lael, as you can see, is a red belt. She's one of my students at Newton Taekwondo. And she's been training about 5.5 years. She's 11 now, which I've been calling her 10 for the last few months. And she told Vedit at my office that, would you tell Mr. Newton I'm not 10, I'm 11 now. So anyway, Lael, welcome to the show. And
Thank you, sir.
glad to have you. Attention, bow. Now, Lael, she's going to help me identify a little bit about focus. She's going to help me talk about focus and getting started and sticking to it, especially when it's real difficult. I mean, as a 5.5-year-old, Lael, how did you feel coming into my studio, and what made you want to join in the first place?
When I watched the class, I thought that it looked fun, sir.
It looked like it was fun?
Yes, sir.
My class, are you talking about?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness, I must be slipping, gang. No, Lael's a very tough young lady, and she's going to demonstrate some of that stuff to you. But first, let me ask you, how do you deal with when things get really tough in class? And I know sometimes, because I know how good you can be, when you don't play that high and you start kind of getting a little lazy, and I come down on you real hard, what do you do to get yourself ready to come back for the next class?
I just say that I can get over, you know, that I should come into the next class with a better attitude and just go for it and do what I can do, sir.
She's 11 years old, and she already understands how to get a better attitude. I didn't even know how to pronounce the word attitude when I was 11 years old. So I mean when it was really tough, when I'd be coming down on you and maybe I won't let you make a promotional test, when that's happened too.
Yes, sir.
So how do you handle that?
I just the same thing, sir.
Just get tough, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're going to see exactly how tough she is, because I'm going to let her demonstrate some stretches for us here right away. So face that way, Lael, and let's go. Put your hands on your waist, and let's just go to a little side stretch right now, okay? Go ahead. Let's go turn over and chest to thigh and go all the way down. We're going to stretch the hamstrings, hands on the floor, toes back, and pull. Get that leg nice and loose. Okay, come on off of that stretch. Okay, and bend the knees and stand up, and let's turn around to this other side here and bend right over.
Go right over in that nice little stretch and lower your chest. Very nice. And hands down to the floor. I love that. See how nice and loose she is and relaxed when she stretches, no problem. And toes back and use your stretch that hamstring and that calf. See, we borrowed a lot of our stretches in the mini Mack from Taekwondo. Not dumb here. Okay, relax that and pivot back to the middle. Good, okay, and straighten the legs up. And let's go open to a straddle stretch. Hey, gang, don't try this at home without any previous warm-up or unless you've been working out for quite a while like Lael has. And rock back, toes up, and really get a real good stretch there. And relax all the way down. Let's pivot into a split. Face me, Lael, with that split, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll change it just a little bit. Arms out to the side. Very nice. Notice how strong she is in her stretching. She's been stretching for a long time. Over 5 years, so her stretching is permanent. Hands down. And let's pivot around to the other side. And again, good. Show the strength in the hips, shoulders up, and all the way. Very, very nice. And hands down, pivot back to the middle. Good. Rock back on the heels and sit all the way down on the floor. Very nice. And put your hands on the floor. Watch this, gang. Watch as she just walks all the way out. And with this pull, we call this a pancake. Just pull all the way forward, legs together, and then legs back open again, and push all the way back into a straddle split. Very nice. And hands behind the knees and lift up on the legs. Okay, cross your legs and stand up. Good. So now, when you work out in Taekwondo, do you feel you get in better shape than the other kids at school?
Yes, sir.
You think so, huh?
Yes, sir.
In what areas?
The physical, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The physical areas.
Stronger?
Yes, sir.
Can you do push-ups?
Yes, sir.
Can you do 20 of them?
Yes, sir.
Right now?
Yes, sir.
Let me see it. Get down. Show me 20 push-ups right now. Ready? Go. 1. Look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is awesome. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're all perfect. And 10, hold it right there. Okay, stand right up. Beautiful job. Okay, Chidit, Kimne, that's awesome. Let's just let her demonstrate a pattern for it. This is a red belt pattern. She'll be testing for black belt next Monday. So maybe the next time we talk, Lael will be a black belt. So step back and let's see you demonstrate this pattern. Okay, Chidit, Kimne.
Tosan.
Jumbi. Sichak.
Yeah.
Chidit, King there. That was a beautiful job, Leo. Come back over here with me. That's a wonderful job. That's why I love her. She works hard. She never gives up. She not only got started, she stuck with it when times got tough, and that's what I expect from you guys in the Power Hour. Hey, gang, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. And remember, don't quit. Right, Leo?
Yes, sir.
Give me 5, girl. A little higher than that. Come on. There you go.